Many people in the diaspora have been curious about how they would be able to make a return to Jamaica viable. Their primary concern is about their earning potential should they return. And as such, we're going to give you 5 easy to start business ideas that you could implement. Here we go.
Jam Fam family, the Jam Fam family, yeah. Jam Fam, come hang with me.
Hello, Wagwan. Big up yourself, whether you're there yard or you're there abroad. Welcome back to another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. Now, on today's episode, we're going to be talking about 5 easy startup business ideas that any Jamaican repat can implement within short period of time, because these are things that are in demand and are not as prevalent in the country, if there is at all. So one of the first ones that I'm going to start off with is someone who does window and mesh cleaning service. Now, in countries like the UK, Canada and America, there are people who go around and do these services and they make good money from it. Now, for me personally, I've been wanting to clean my mesh, my windows and the windowsill. And I've asked around a couple people if they have anybody who they know who do such services. And to date, I haven't been able to find anyone who provide this service. And so that's an idea that someone who has the expertise, the skill set or the knowledge of how to do this service could make that into a business in a quick turnover, because you could start as a solo entrepreneur and then build that out where you recruit a team eventually over time as your customer base grows. And if you're providing good service, then in the same way that I'm asking other people will ask or tell people. And so you will then be able to build your business up with recommendation of word of mouth, as well as with your marketing campaign. You don't have to have the skills about this currently where you are, but if you do enough research and investigate how you can do this with an easy startup, it would be something that would be able to go very far should you bring it to Jamaica. On YouTube short reels and other platforms like that, you see people doing wonders with power washers. And so the second business idea is a power wash service. So if you go to different parts in Jamaica, you will see the grey pavements or the grey concreted areas in people's yards or in different business places. And you might also see it on the buildings, the grey streaks, and also the mud splashes at the lower extremities of buildings. And people have just resorted to leaving them as they are, resurfacing them or repainting the buildings in its entirety. And it could be done at a much more economical cost if they had a power washer service that they could employ. And so a power washer service is a business idea that could go very far in Jamaica, because of course it's in a quick turnaround time and at a much more economical cost. You are able to make a surface look new again. And it would also save on a lot of companies' cost and household cost of repainting as often as they do, because they could use this power wash service to clean the exterior of their buildings instead of needing to repaint them as often as they repaint them currently. So it is worth considering, because again, the equipment needed for this will not be a high overhead cost. And again, you could start out as a solo entrepreneur and then build out a team as you pick up your clientele. So this is something that is worth considering, whether you have the experience or you need to train yourself up on an idea for how to do it. If you know somebody who currently offer this service, you could do an apprentice period with them, so you get an idea of the ins and outs of how to do that business. So it's something that you can then implement here in Jamaica. So this third business idea is also in the cleaning service, and it is having to do with cleaning things like couches or sofas, mattresses and other furniture of that nature. And this could be cleaning them for domestic as well as businesses. And it would give you an opportunity to then be able to go into these services, clean and refresh these pieces of furniture for those clientele and giving them new life, so that they don't have to replace them or take drastic measures of having to recover and refit before they are necessary. So it gives them a little bit more lifespan out of their things that they have purchased. And this would then be able to mean that these people would use your service before they get to the point where they need to do new upholstering or needing to replace altogether. So it would be something worth considering as well. And this cleaning service could also include things like cleaning rugs and carpets, because many houses have those, and sometimes it's a little bit cumbersome to get them cleaned. And so doing that as part of the service would also add value to people who are going to be using this service. And for this fourth business idea, it's about providing a concierge service. So many times people are coming to Jamaica and they don't want to go out of their way to rent a vehicle necessarily, but they want to have a certain level of facilities that they can have. So they probably want to have a driver who can pick them up and take them to different places on different days. They might want to have where services might be to pick them up and drop them off from and to the airport, and also to just do some personal assistance on different days to help them out with things that they need. This is something that can also be provided to retirement communities and gated communities, because some of the times people are going to need to do certain things. However, they don't either have the time to get it done, or they would just prefer to pay somebody and use their time for something that's going to be more profitable for them. And so a concierge service is something that you could consider doing. It might be that on certain days a group of people want to go to a certain destination, but for example the vehicle they have cannot accommodate all the people who want to go, and then this is a provision that you can also offer to them. So it is worth looking into how you could build out a concierge service, whether it is for pickups and drop-offs at the airport. It could be for pickup and drop-off for people who want to go to the hospital or to the doctors or opticians or different medical facilities in that way. And there are other provisions of that same kind that can be offered to people who are living in certain communities that are either gated communities or retirement communities. And you might find that once you start to market these services that you provide, that you will increase your client base over time. Now, the fifth business idea that we're going to be sharing with you is one that oftentimes in countries like Canada and the USA and the UK, you find that you have places where you can go and dump your domestic waste, or they're collected for you. So this business idea would be a garbage disposal service, primarily for the rural areas. And although every area in Jamaica currently is serviced by the National Garbage Collection Team, we still find that people burn their rubbish, and I'm not sure if they're just oblivious of the fact that they could cause a fire and have a greater danger on their hands, or also if they're unaware of the toxic chemicals and fumes that are coming off some of the substances they're burning, and the impact that it has on their health and the health of the others around them when they're lighting these fires. And there are also others who hoard up rubbish because they just don't know where to put them or how to get rid of them. And so such a service would help significantly. It would help to get rid of things like old refrigerators, old stoves, and other household things that have just become waste and is accumulating at the backs of people's yards, for example. It could also be extended to more urban areas where you look at things like garden waste, and because sometimes you find that people don't really know how to dispose of their garden waste. Some people just build a compost at the back of their houses, whereas others are unsure as to how to dispose of those garden waste efficiently and effectively. And so that could be something to be in the back of your mind when you're thinking about setting up a business in Jamaica. The key thing about this business is that it opens up the door of helping people to solve a problem that they are unsure of how to solve, and create a safer environment in their yards, because these things, these chemicals and substances, as well as just these large pieces of equipment, aren't just sitting in their backyard somewhere and they're unsure of where to put them, and they're causing they have the potential of causing risk. So it would be something worth thinking of. These last two suggestions came from one of our subscribers who, when I did the Moving to Jamaica series and we did the How Would I Earn, they made mention of these two ideas. And so I've just expanded on those and how they could become an easy startup business should you decide to come back to Jamaica and do them. the key thing about trying to start a business when you come back to Jamaica is trying to see where the problems are and how to solve those problems that currently exist. So where certain services are in demand and therefore will be able to make you money and meet the need of others. So you're adding value to their experiences, and therefore looking at how you can do that with a low overhead to begin with. So you're not overcommitted with spending a lot of money that you're not then going to be earning back quite quickly or breaking even quite soon. So this is worth giving some thought to. If any of these business ideas interest you, do let us know in the comment down below. Do you have any other ideas of businesses that can be started with a low budget and can be set up in Jamaica and would thrive because there is a need for it? Put it in the comments down below so that people who are in the diaspora who are considering returning have ideas as to where they can go to make an earning or what they can do, as well as people who've already returned, seeing the potential of where they could set up a business and what sort of businesses they can actually provide for Jamaicans. Trying to catch in their last day of the opportunity to play with these balloons, and they've been wanting it. Khalil was hiding over behind the hedges to just get it up to attack them, so they're not attacking him. So they were planning for it, and the weather earlier in the week wasn't too good for this type of game. It was nice and cool, and the sun wasn't as ripe as it is now, but today it came out really well, so they had the opportunity. Yep. Oh wow. So they had the opportunity to be out here playing it. Now we just waited for it to cool down a little bit, so they're getting their final water play, afternoon cool down. Careful. No, she just washed her hair. We don't want it getting wet. Oh wow, that was a good attempt to catch that one, Keisha. How is that possible? Oh.
So we just gave him the last three. Ah!
Somebody's here. Oh my goodness, why are we dosing him? Is this attack Khalil? Careful. Okay, let's go sort out the next set now and finish this off.
My hair!
So why not just attack him? No wonder he's hiding. These ones seem to break quicker. The bunches seem to break quicker. Careful with the head.
Oh, he told us. He stole it. No, it did. It did what when it's back. I have no more.
How you run out? Careful. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Not my hair!
Okay guys, so is that it now? All done?
No.
Don't nobody come up here. I don't want to get wet.
Down here and put the ball down.
So now guys, you need to go and quickly work on.
That was Carla's job.
Yeah, he was doing it, but he's going to need help. It's a lot on the floor. Let's just get on with it.
He decided to put it in his bowl and dash it everywhere.
For the greater part of the afternoon, this is what we've been having, torrential downpour. I don't know if we're going through a tropical depression of some sort. I think we are, because we also had heavy winds. At the moment, it's not as bad as it had been earlier. So we just have a little bit of movement in the branches on this ackee tree. But all of these trees, just moments before I picked up my camera, was just being thrown around by the wind so forcefully. But now it's calming down a little bit, and the rain is still coming down. I'm soaking everywhere in it, and we need it, but we know that it is in these times of the year that we get to see this kind of weather. So it's not unusual, especially for the part of the country that we are in. And just water running away like that, you know, pouring down. And I'm just going to show you some at the front. Earlier, that little bit down there at the step was just water running down like a waterfall. But at the moment, the rain is not as ferocious as it was earlier. So you're not really going to get a good scene of it. But if we have another downpour, then I will try and capture it so that you can see the levels of rainfall that we're getting today.
The Jam family. We're Irie, living the good life. We're royal, cruising through the West Indies, having fun, enjoying the good life. Jam family, the Jam family, yeah. Jam fam, come hang with me.
Thank you for staying with us on this another episode of Life with the Jam Fam. We hope that you found this very beneficial, and we do look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.